So hello everyone, welcome back to FTRL for GT1 in association with Bristol Street Motors with Accelerate. What week has been already started with GT21, our first time with GT3 on Wednesday, and then yesterday the start of GT21 with our kind of multi-team championship between GT2 and GT1 starting yesterday. And as always, with it being a Friday, it is the return of the big boys in GT1. And thankfully, I am not alone this evening. I do have Mr. Blue Fly join me. Good evening.
Hello. How are we doing
this evening?
Oh, if GT3 and GT2 are anything to go by, tonight should be a cracker.
Yes, well, that's what we're hoping at least. It's been very eventful. GT3 was incredible on Wednesday, and then yesterday, I think I added some fire with my strategic park on the exit. I think that cost them some interesting.
I think I'm right. I think I'm right in saying that out of 6 races this week, we've had 6 different winners.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get 9 winners out of 9 different races, that would be that'd be quite impressive. But obviously we are at Maggiore for this opening week of GT1. Maggiore is one of the kind of GT originals. It's an epic track. It's got lots and lots of different layouts. We're on the full layout this time. It's a track everyone knows. We did it a lot over the last few games, so there's not really much of a time for the guys to find, if that makes any sense. They're not learning the track anymore, put it that way.
They should all sort of have their eye in by now. They've done it enough.
Yeah, very much so. Now, I believe you know a little bit more in timing than me, so what are you expecting Paul to roughly be as watching Aaron do as a warm-up?
I think Paul, we're expecting very low 55s, possibly someone to squeak a 54 out.
Yeah, that's what I was aware of as well. There's been quite a few people doing the 50, just in the 54s, but we're talking a couple of attempts in the 54s, 54.8 roundabout. But that does require a little bit of heating up of the tyres, as this seems to be a new thing with this game, that you kind of need to heat up the tyres a little bit more than you used to in previous GTs, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, the tyre and track evolution does seem to be a bit more prevalent in this game than it did on GT Sport.
I don't remember it at all when GT Sport having to do anything. So Witchell backed out his opening lap, who is one of the favourites for the season. I think he messed up the start of his first sector, so he has only one more lap for qualifying. T. Smith, he is obviously, I would probably consider one of the favourites of all his GT titles recently. And he is just coming round to the fast section of the lap, right towards the end. There's a couple of quite fast corners around here. Oh, already got about 15 people watching. Start of qualifying. Good evening, Derek. He had an absolutely incredible week last night, his opening week. He was very good. Homer as well, he had a very good opening week. Got Brad as well in the chat. It was on commentary last night. Mikey obviously as well. Good evening everyone. Remember to give the stream a like if you're enjoying what you're seeing. It really helps us get to reach more people on the YouTube. Okay, Aaron on his opening lap, 55.70, Smith, 50. Oh!
Straight away. Straight away.
After I'm saying I might not reach the 54s.
Why do I believe him when he says things like that?
Honestly, you just ignore him what he says, honestly. What a lap. Pine, he's in P3 at the moment. Ross, he 56.1. We've also got a couple other people in 56.1s there. Biggles, he's in a 56.2. That's that Rebellion livery, which is almost great. That is some livery, isn't it? That is.
Yeah, a lot's gone into that one.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's definitely you're not going to miss it. Pedestrians are not going to miss it, are they? Even though they're pedestrians, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to miss that car. It's so
You're not
bright.
going to miss that. You're not going to miss that coming up in your rear view, are you?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Whicho, right? He needs to get this lap on the board here. This is probably this is going to be his only lap, I believe. Still 5 minutes for quali, isn't it? On GT1, I believe.
Yep.
So this is his only
this
lap.
Should be final laps, yeah.
He's purple through sector 1. He was only a touch wide at that long right-hander, but people do take lots of different lines around there. It's a very strange corner. Good evening, Fever. We're going to see you back in GT anytime soon, Fever. Absolutely love watching Fever drive, so I did. 1.5 temps up through the first 2 sectors. So he is in with a chance, Whicho. Tom Pro close to a 54.7 at the moment, which would be very, very impressive, but oh, he's just on the gravel there. Don't think he would hurt too much, but definitely, Breb, need a Fever return, 100%. Right, come on, Whicho, what have you got in the last sector? He's 2 temps up, he's purple. Hold it together, and this could be pulled.
Tom was absolutely pushed in the last sector. He's gone wide.
Oh, well, he's not proven then.
So Tom's lap is Tom's lap.
1 corner to go. He's still on course for it at the moment.
SBY's improved up to P2.
Oh, he's just getting on.
Improved.
It's coming towards the line. Is it good enough? It is. 54.8. 10 for quicker. There we are. Well in the 54s now. Pine 55.1 in P3. SBY's set a 55.4 as well. Pagani 55.6, isn't that? 55.6 is. Aaron's 55.7, and then you've got Well 55.8, and then you've got the new man, I think Carrot, I'm going to say, but I might be pronouncing that terribly wrong. Apologies on my own. Lee is in P9. We've got Ross in P10. Biggles, I don't think, set a second lap. Captain Chubbs. Graham's at the back. I think that's way out of position for Graham, to be honest. I think he was setting much quicker lap times than that, so watch out for him moving forward, I would imagine. Fever also just said in the chat, maybe next season for a return. I want Fever.
Keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah. I mean, there's no shortage of divisions now. First time ever having 3 divisions. Well, I think that was kind of what we expected top 2 wise. I think Whicho was probably just the favourite over 1 lap from T Smith. So I think that kind of went as expected, I would say.
I think that's probably gone to the form book.
Yeah.
As for what's happened behind that, it was anyone's game.
Yeah, definitely. It did look like it was going to be a kind of free-for-all behind the top 2. I mean, you got Pagani P5 and Aaron P6. Maybe roundabout where you expect those 2 guys.
I mean, they've always been pretty even, and they're separated by just 0.02 of a second.
SBY, as we know, SBY can pull a lap out of nowhere, SBY, and he can all of a sudden beat some really top guys. So that's no surprise to see SBI right up at the top.
Yeah, you've got Ishmael, Lee, Cole and Ross covered by 0.03 of a second for 3 positions there. So
you do. It's a good spot.
This is going to promising to be a very, very tight battle in that mid pack.
We do have 10 laps, so last night was 8 laps. It's a couple more laps. It's about 15 seconds of a faster lap. That's why we've got an extra 2 laps. Obviously, it is just with the grid for the first race. Second race, it's going to be reversed for a specific number between 6 and 10. That's decided by a wheel. Obviously, as we saw last night, the new kind of format for that is the ones that get reversed have to start on the medium tyres, which does create an absolutely fantastic dynamic to a race, because it's all about how much do you push towards the soft guys, or do you just let them pass? Kind of
we're underway. The lights are out and Whicho's held his lead into turn 1. Tom's under pressure from behind, but he's fended off Pine. So the 2 pink BWT cars giving Tom plenty to think about in the opening corners.
Yeah, been very kind of careful on the opening couple of corners by the look of it.
But no, yeah, looks like everyone's got round safely onto the back straight.
Biggles at the back of the queue now, so Graham's went up 2 places. Oh, down the outside is that. Oh, Lee's off. Oh dear, oh, he's coming back on the track. Oh, Graham's nearly hitting the back of him. He's kind of got. yeah, Brett, just ignore that.
Sadly for the that's dropped him all the way to the back of the field.
Witchell's got a good launch there, to be fair. He's got a wee bit of a gap to T. Smith. Pines in P3. SBY still in P4. You've got Aaron having a go at Pagani possibly there, having a little look. Thought better of it though.
Tucked up right behind.
Downhill.
Just going to hold station.
Oh, Pagani's wide. He's on the gravel. That's giving Aaron the place. Ross might think about a move. Oh, he is down the inside. Go on, Ross.
Yep, just behind that you've got Ishmael and Panda side by side. Panda's come out in front on that one.
There we go. Right, okay. So, to be honest, it's been very, very safe for the opening lap. Not much drama happening so far. Witchell's got a lead though, 1 second now. So he's outside of slipstream range. T. Smith. Pine's just behind T. Smith. SBY still, and then you've got Aaron who's made a move on Pagani up P5, and as we enter lap 2. Now I think the interesting one is going to be down the field a little bit, what happens down the back. I think top 2, unless a mistake happens, will probably finish top 2, I would suggest, but I think it's down the back what happens. They're very close towards the end of the field in terms of pace wise.
Yeah, as we saw in qualifying, it's all very, very much everyone's a similar pace.
Yeah, exactly. All very, very similar times. Well, SPY, he's keeping Aaron behind. Aaron will want to move a little bit forward. Obviously, anyone in the top 6 is guaranteed to be reversed for the following race. It's just what the number is between 6 and 10. So you want to be in the top 10. And you've got right at the back, still Biggles. We've got Leacall in P12. Oh, Biggles, you're miles wide there.
Yeah, Graham's had a half decent opening lap and a half. He's got himself up from that back of the grid position up into P10.
Yeah, he had a good start. He made two places up. I believe
we've got. Have you seen the 3-car battle we've got going on for P2?
Yeah. I do. T. Smith, Pine, SBY. There has been a messy about the liveries. I believe it's a bit of a glitch that happens sometimes with the liveries. It's exactly. Someone just put it in the chat there. It's not. It did the same last night for a few people. It doesn't seem to be loading liveries correctly. So just to know that they are running the correct liveries. It's just the game, unfortunately. T. Smith having to defend from Pine now, and towards a finish straight. T. Smith goes defensive.
Very defensive. I think he's been watching me too much with that line.
that was, you're not getting past here, go away.
Yeah, was just you're getting a toe, bugger off.
we must have missed a little mistake there, because he was only a second behind. He's now 2.8. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a glitch. He just didn't know where they are running the right levels, don't worry.
Yeah, well, that previous lap, Witchell did a 55.0 compared to Tom, who's done a 56.8.
Yeah, so, that's a mistake from T. Smith.
He's had an uncharacteristic mistake somewhere around this lap.
Very uncharacteristic from T. Smith.
But the guys have been saying it's one of those laps where you could be slightly offline through a corner, and it just costs you so much. It's just such a flowing track.
I was saying that a few days ago. I was saying it's one of those tracks in which you can feel like you do basically the exact same lap as before, and you're half a second down, and you do not know what the half a second is. It is such a strange track like that, because particularly that long right-hander, it's just very strange.
Yep. Now we've got Chubbs and Lee Cole going wheel to wheel on the approach to the hairpin. I think Lee's going to have this before the braking zone. Yep.
Does indeed. Though he's went wide.
He's run wide though, very wide.
There we go, Chubbs. Chubbs had nowhere to go there. Biggles might.
And Pagani's had a moment as well. He's dropped to P10.
Oh, is it? Oh.
And he's now under attack from Chubbs and Lee.
That's another uncharacteristic mistake. Captain Chubbs will not hold back either, though. Captain Chubbs likes to get a move on when he senses an overtake, and he's already round the outside. It's a beautiful track, Mike. It is indeed. Captain Chubbs, I think he's already going. Oh, Pagani's back down the inside. Captain Chubbs, as he's trying to do the switch back. He's done it. I mean, has he done it? He's close. He's down to the inside for the next corner. We're very, very close here. Who's going to break later in towards turn 1? Pagani breaks later. Chubbs has got the inside line, but then Pagani's got the inside line for the next corner. Side by side, still side by side. I think Captain Chubbs has got it just about now. There we go, great battle there. Very respectful, gave each other just enough room.
Meanwhile, back towards the sharp edge, SB Wise picks himself up a half-second penalty somewhere. So it's going to drop him back into the clutches of Aaron.
The thing is, with GT, half a second penalty isn't actually half a second.
No, it's not. By the time you've dropped speed, regained speed, it
especially last
double
night.
That at least.
Last night was not half a second penalty when you got one. It's like
no,
1.4.
It'll depend. Yeah, it depends where the penalty line is.
Yeah, because it was up to run for 130.
So this is going to cost Sean dear.
Yeah, let's have a look here.
So Aaron's going to go.
Ross isn't going to quite get him.
No, I think it's not going to do him as bad as I was thinking.
Yeah, in the background there.
Aaron's off.
Oh no, what's happened to Aaron?
Aaron's just ran wide out the hairpin, got into the gravel, and it's dropped him. I'm guessing that's what happened to Pagani on the previous lap.
Go on, Team Braun. P2 and P5. Take that. Ross was, I think, a bit surprised at some people's pace round here. He wasn't expecting to be this high up. I think the thing is with Ross, he's consistent, which helps him quite a lot. Aaron's P6 then, he's got a battle on his hands to keep that, but if he gets his head back in the game, I'm sure he can head back up towards Ross. There is, as we now head on to the 5th lap, so we're nearly halfway.
Ishmael's having a look at Aaron.
He is. Aaron's trying to hold it. It's a good move though, very good. Well done. Nice and clean that. Very, very clean moves coming on here. They're giving each other a lot of room into that turn 1, which is nice to see because it's a tricky corner to get 2 into. So it's nice to see. Oh, looking background, Captain Chubbs and Pagani and Lee. This is interesting. One of them got a penalty. It's Pagani that's got a penalty. That's not going to help. Pagani is kind of backing off a little bit there. I think he's letting Lee through. He did. I think he'll let Lee through there. Captain Chubbs very wide.
Yeah, Lee and Pagani teammates, of course, so bit of team play coming into effect there.
That was very wide by Captain Chubbs there. That was nearly away and gone there. Very close. If you get on the outside round that corner, you can end up just getting kind of dragged off it, which Pagani in now P13 with that penalty. When was the last time you seen Pagani that low down? It wasn't reverse grid. Famous though, this GT1 grid is incredibly quick. Make no mistake about it. This grid is the quickest we've ever had.
Yeah, I think we've said that on a few occasions in seasons past, but I think this grid surpassed. I think this surpasses any other grid that I think we've had.
Aaron's having a look at Karasai.
Ishmael's picked up a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying to still hold around the outside. Probably better just let him go. He's got a penalty now, so just let him go. Back in the groove. Doesn't look like he is letting him go, mind you. Coming at turn 1. He's trying to hold it around the outside. Yeah, Aaron's got it though. Got a bit of shape there. Will's going to take
invited Will in.
Yeah, definitely.
Graham just keeping an eye on things here in the background.
Good recovery so far from him. Yeah, definitely, Derek. It is. They're matching their race pace, their quality pace. Sorry, their times, which is very, very impressive. One thing that does help, as we said, is that kind of when you heat the tyres up, they do seem to perform a bit better. Karatai or Ishmael, and well, still going side by side, but it looks like Wells having to back out a bit. Graham's having a little look though, but not quite close enough. Cool. Once again, don't remember to like the stream. If you're enjoying it. We're now up to nearly 30 people watching.
Well, Sean's latched onto the back of Pine, so battle on for P3.
I think Pine's had a really dodgy lap. Yeah, he's 2.2 seconds down because he wasn't that close to Pine. It's had a bad opening part of the lap. SY going, trying to go the long way.
Trying to go around the outside,
that was brave. Ross in the background though, keeping an eye. Aaron's got away from that little battle, so he'll be happy about that.
Well, Aaron will be hoping that these three can
have a battle.
keep going like this and slow each other up a bit.
Tyre wear seems non-existent around here, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the NSX is fairly kind to its tyres anyway.
I believe so. I mean, it was one of the cars that used last season by Jonesy and who else? It was Mike. Was it Mike? I think it was Mike. Possible. Pine going defensive there, but I think he's got a big enough gap behind. Not quite close enough. He defends into turn 1. There we go, Mike's in it. It was. I think they actually quite enjoyed that car, to be honest. It's a nice car to drive. I know Aaron's a big fan of that car.
Graham's had a moment somewhere on that last lap because he's dropped down to P10. He was 2 seconds off of his normal lap pace.
Has Pine picked up a penalty for that? No, he didn't. He went very, very wide. But I think that that corner he just went past before the long right hander is very, very lenient on penalties. I do remember that. It's always been. That was a bit. They went for that there. It's squirmy. The pace out front is ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry, but nothing short of absolutely ridiculous. That's just crazy. Look at the gap they both have. 5.7 seconds. Yeah, we said that yesterday as well about the message in the chat about the Red Bull livery. The Red Bull livery is absolutely stunning. Red Bull liveries are a lot of the time people don't particularly like them, but this one is very, very nice. And making an exception to the rule.
Yeah, I knew where the Red Bull cars were when I was racing last night because they kept blinding me in the sun.
Oh
with
yeah,
that chrome effect paint.
Yeah, they're very, very bright. Very, very. Right, out front is kind of the same as it was. It's the kind of battle for P3 that's interesting to watch at the moment. And what is happening with Pine and SBY? Pine once again is just kind of trying to get rid of that slipstream. He's just kind of get out the line. It's a tricky couple, like the first couple of corners for this track. SBY's a bit wide there.
There's a bit of a train forming with wheel in P7 back.
Yeah, I've just caught that there.
They're sort of separated by the same sort of margin all the way down to, well, Pagani
right
really.
At the end, yeah. Right at the very end. Yeah, this could be interesting. Then this is going to be kind of roughly where the reverse grid starts, so it's a very, very important battle as well. It depends on what number comes out of the wheel. And so as we said, the reverse drivers are on the medium tyres, which adds a very, very interesting dynamic to race 2, as we've seen last night. It's pretty straightforward to get right through the pack. I think there's some couple of guys at the back. Oh, roll round. I thought I heard a noise. It was Lee. I thought I heard some screeching there, and I was having a look to see who it was, and it is Lee, unfortunately. Not actually sure it was Zombie who's doing the wheel. I think it's Aaron. I think he usually just does. I'm assuming it's Aaron. I've not been told to do it, so I'm assuming it is. Lee's down the back now. Out front, still the same. Pine is holding off SBY for P3. Ross comfortably in P5 as well now. He has He's got a second over Aaron. So important Ross stays on the track and doesn't push. He's kind of going to settle for P5 here. I think if he gets P5, I think he'll be very, very happy. Aaron's getting reversed no matter what happens. He's P6, so that's the minimum, so he's definitely getting reversed. Pine still keeping SPY behind. SPY doesn't seem to kind of have the pace advantage to get past, to be honest. Let's see. And Will is got a decent gap behind, then there's a bit of a gap between Ishmael and Graham. I don't think there's going to be any movement by there. Pagani's got back up to P10. Biggles picked up a couple of penalties, I think. Captain Chubbs has been a bit of a rocky first race for him. Lee was going alright until he made a mistake coming towards the kind of S's section. Our gap out front is, it stayed the exact same between 2.5 to 3 seconds for I think the last 5 laps. I mean, T. Smith has set his fastest lap of the race in lap 9. What?
He did say that he was finding the car better once the tyres had worn in a bit.
Witchell at the last 2 laps in the 54th.
Well, Ishmael's up the inside of Panda at the hairpin, so that's him up to P7.
Good opening drive from him. And he's also set his fastest lap of the race in the last lap. Quite a lot of them are actually. It seems like the tyre was just not doing anything with it. Just looking down the grid, there's a lot of drivers setting their fast lap of the race. SPY is right behind Pine now. This is the closest he's been, and they're about to enter the last lap. So SPY getting very close towards the end of this race. He's had a dodgy last corner. It's not went well at all. He's lost half a second. So unfortunately, that might be it. That battle, unless he does very, very well on the last lap. Pagani's having a little look to get past Graham possibly. He's very, very close. It gives him more chance to be towards the front if he can get past Graham. More chance of being reversed. But then again, do you want to, or would you rather start one place behind, like 9th or 10th in softs? That's the dilemma. What's better? Track position or tyres? Pick or choose.
It's normally, I'd say it's track dependent on that decision. I'd normally say give me track position.
Oh, yellow flag up front. Who is it? Is it? Oh, it's Ross is in P4. Who is it?
Sean's gone. SPY's gone off.
Yeah. I couldn't work out who it was. It was going on. I was like, who is it? Right, there we go. Well, SPY has been a mistake.
What a disaster for him.
He's pushed a lot in the last race, hasn't he? The last lap to try and get past. Pagani's down the inside of Graham. He has got the move, it looks like, unless Graham can hold it round the outside. He's going to try, but he doesn't have the grip round the outside there. As he comes in towards the last corners.
Aaron and Ross are bumper to bumper.
Oh, right towards the end of the lap. Oh, Aaron's having a look there. Oh, I don't think he's got it. Witchell coming around in the last corner. Absolutely incredible performance from the top two here.
They're side by side now, Aaron and Ross.
So Witchell takes race 1. T. Smith P2. Pine's going to be P3. And who's going to be P4? It looks like Ross at the moment. It's going to be Ross, it looks like.
It's going to be Ross. Aaron's had to get out the throttle to avoid the grass.
Ross takes P4, Aaron's P5, and then we've got Ishmael in P6. Excellent race for him. Well, P7. Pagani, good recovery, P8. Graham, P9. SUI, oh, bit unlucky there, right at the end, making that mistake. Biggles, P11. And Lee is now P12. Captain Chubbs has had an absolute shocker on this last lap as well.
Yeah, I do know that Chubbs isn't feeling particularly well this evening, so...
Oh, is he not? Oh dear. They're probably playing a big part then. And there we go. Alien pace out front, I think is the best way to describe that. Absolute alien pace. There we are. Race 1.
Aliens are indeed among us.
And it's Witchell for race 1. It's Tom for race 2. For race 2, sorry, for P2. Race 2? Get ahead of myself. I'm giving him race 2 already.
I'll say, you calling your race 2 winner already?
Yes, I know. We've been premature. Alright, okay, we're just waiting for the wheel then, and obviously, as said, it's going to be a specific number between P6 to P10, and it gets reversed. So if it's P8 and it'll be top 8 reversed, they all start on the mediums, and then everyone from P9 downwards is going to be on the soft tyres. So you get the advantage of the tyres, but obviously you don't have the track position, which is the big thing obviously as well. Depends if the track's easy to overtake. This one's fairly okay, I would say. It's easier than Suzuka last night, I would say. Suzuka's a bit of a nightmare. There is the grid for the result, sorry, for you, Mike, there.
Yeah, you've maybe got one or two clearer overtaking places around here than we did last night, but I don't think it's much different. So position number 8 was drawn.
Oh, there we go.
So is that going to be Pagani on pole?
Was he P8? I think he was P8, wasn't he? It was Graham, or was it Graham? I can't remember which one was which. I just
Pagani
checked.
Pagani overtook Graham on the final lap, didn't he? I think Pagani got P8.
Yeah, okay, yeah, good point.
So Graham will be the first of the soft runners.
Yeah. That is going to add it adds a massive dynamic to the race. It's one of the best rules I've come up with, I'd say. It's a very, very good rule. That's a good question actually, Derek. Who is missing this evening? I noticed there was only 13 runners. Have you noticed who was missing?
I was trying to work this out earlier.
I can't work it out. Right, wait a second, I'm going to look at it.
I think it's Optimus.
Oh yeah. Ah.
So he should be in the Red Bull car with Ishmael.
Yeah. There we go. Right, that's there we go. Good spot. Right, so that's who we're missing. So 13 out of the 14 for race week 1. Nice full grid last night, wasn't it? Everyone was there. Just having to remind a few people to go on the mediums. So this is a new rule that we have for this week. This season, sorry. Oh, good evening. Fat Dane from Wednesday night, I believe. He was.
He appeared to be a favourite in the stream chat.
Very much so.
many Danish flags appearing.
Yes. Never seen so many people interested in Denmark. so many Denmark fans all of a sudden.
haven't been that interested in Denmark since Peter Schmeichel used to do the old Danepak adverts for the bacon.
To be fair, it was the same when Unsafe joined, and all of a sudden it was German flags about. It's very random, isn't it? We all of a sudden we say we get like a new person joining from far afield. And they've all of a sudden were the biggest fans of the country. I'm sure we had a Brazilian at one point. I vaguely remember we had a Brazilian for a while. I don't think he was there long, mind you, but there was a Brazilian at one point.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. I think it was Panda. I think it was Will on the F1 side had to work so hard to get him in, and I think he lasted half a race or something.
I remember Will was traumatised. He tried for weeks and he had to input things in Google Translate. Oh, I appreciate the dedication for it, but oh dear. Never mind, eh? We're very multicultural at FTRL. There are a lot of nationalities over the many seasons. And a 1 minute warning. Who's your better for this race? Not a clue from me. Anyone could win this.
I would fully be expecting Tom and Witchell to migrate their way to the front of the medium runners.
Good word. Migrate.
Yeah, I don't know how the tyre difference is going to work in this one, because
yeah,
as we saw in race 1, the tyre wear wasn't as bad on the softs on this car as we had it last night.
Yeah, it was a wee bit worse. It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't
dreadful.
Bad, but it was noticeable. You could feel it. Yeah.
Lee's on the intermediates. Lee, just it's dry, Lee. The sun's out. Is he actually still on intermediates? Oh no, he isn't, is he? Oh yes! Oh no!
Is he actually?
Intermediates, Lee. Oh, right, here we go for a race.
That's going to be lively.
Good luck, Lee. Right, race 2. Starting on pole, we've got Pagani, and we've got Will MP2 as lights out, and away we go for race 2. And towards turn 1, Pagani's got the inside lines, you would imagine. He's going to keep... Oh, there's someone very wide in the background. It looks like Ishmael's got a jump on Will for P2. Aaron's having a little look at Will as well now for P3. Good start from Pagani though, he's out front. Remember, he's on the medium tyres. Aaron having a little look at Will, but he's not managed to get past Will's defended. I think down the field it looks fairly okay. So at the back, not much happening. Not much carnage anyway. We've got Ross in P6, fighting with Pine. T. Smith's in P7. He's kept ahead of Witchell, which might be important.
Yep, they've held position. There's been a bit of rubbing and banging between those two through the opening corners.
SBY on Witchell. Well, side by side. I wouldn't go side by side round there. That's going to be a pain. Witchell has managed to keep hold of that there. SBY tries to get past.
I think it's safe to say that that intermediate call for Lee isn't working. He's already 4 seconds off the pack. Oh no, he's even more than that now.
I think it was a risk worth taking. He was hoping for a frantic downpour in towards the right-hander. We've got 3 wide, Ross, T. Smith, and oh dear, there's banging there, SBY down the inside of Ross and T. Smith, and he's up to P7. That's a double overtake from him. Maybe even a triple overtake. He's trying to go round the outside of Witchell, which now the inside for the next corner. They're going to go side by side round this.
Oh, Witchell's very wide.
Ross has been tapped. Oh, that was chaotic.
Witchell was wide, he clipped the wall. I think it just sort of bounced him back across into Ross. I didn't really see the camera panned away.
I ended up, unfortunately, that Ross was collateral damage, I think is the phrase. I think you need to do more than a rain dance, Derek. I don't think a rain dance going to do anything here. Not at the moment, anyway. I don't think it can even rain around here.
I think we need a sacrifice.
I don't believe it can even rain, so I think it's an impossible ask. Well, Ishmael P2 at the moment. Well, I've got a start from him. Pagani's got the jump, 1.1 seconds, down 4 and 5 minutes from Jockey Sport.
Yeah, well, Pagani's making hay while the sun shines, and these guys behind all squabble amongst themselves.
Yeah, so it's a good way to play it out, to be fair. I mean, I also live in Scotland, as you can hear, Derek, and it is also raining here all day, so don't worry. Is Lee pitting? He has. Don't worry, he has pitted. I can confirm he's now on the soft tarts. Well done, Lee. Yeah, Lee didn't actually have to go on medium tires. He was still on softs, so it wasn't even that. He wasn't laid in by the medium tires. He wasn't on them. Ishmael still in P2, Wells in P3 in the background. He's just trying to have a little look there. Aaron in P4. Pine's still just behind in P5. We've got SPY, who's once again having a little look. Seems very racy so far this race. SPY was looking for a move on. He's just trying his hardest. Oh, who's that? And Aaron having a look towards the inside of Panda. That's brave. I think he might possibly lose out to Pine here though. No, he isn't actually. Aaron's still there. Battling with Will.
Now he's going to lose out.
Yeah, I thought he was going to lose out there.
Sean's going to buy into this as well.
Yes, down the inside he goes. I think he's
got Aaron from trying to gain a position up to third. He's going to drop to possibly 7th here as T. Smith pulls alongside.
He's got the inside line as well. You would think this might be easy for T. Smith.
No, Aaron's going to fight him off.
Oh, there's a bagging.
Oh,
there was Captain Chubbs went cut into the back of Aaron there. Oh, Captain Chubbs is sideways as well there. Graham's then down the inside. This is this kind of soft medium type of dilemma that it's, a lot of cars are going at different paces and it can end up with a lot of battling and
so what have we got here? Sean's the first of the soft shod cars in amongst the medium guys.
Now. He's just got past Pine. He's P3 now. Jeez, oh. He's flying. I mean, Will, our teammates remember as well. Will just jumped out of the way there on my screen. He did. He was like, nope, no. Oh, he's got squeezed there, Will, from Pine. Oh, it's Aaron's on the side as well. You don't want to go three wide round here.
Tom's having a look as Tom's in there as well.
No, you don't want to do this round here. Not around that part.
This is lively.
Yeah, Tom on the inside of Aaron. I was going to try and hold it around the outside. It's very chaotic. Someone's hitting the background there. Tom Witcher's having a look there as well. Very aggressive move there. They're trying, aren't they? This looks chaotic. It's nearly 3 wide again. Going towards the fast right hand.
This has ended in tears before.
Oh, that's a bit. I don't even know where anyone is. That's about 4 or 5 of them trying to get past there. This is.
all I can see is just a cluster of colour.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't even know who's who. I have no idea what's happened. Well, Captain Chubbs is P6. How is Captain Chubbs ended in P6? He was in P11 about 3 corners ago. I don't even know what's happened. Tom's in P10 now. I don't even know what's happened here, to be honest. I really don't. This is just frantic. Bigelow's in P12 now. We've got Ross just brought him Lee. Lee's just not. Let's not go. Let's not just ignore Lee. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened to him. Pagani, 1.2 seconds. He's got
the silver lining for Lee from this race is I believe he'll be on pole for the next race.
The only silver lining. Ishmael's having an excellent first week here. He is new, isn't he? He wasn't racing last.
He's raced with us in a previous season. He was with us for the final race of last season. He made his return last season for the last race. Okay. He's back with us full time now.
He's had a really good
few seasons away.
Really, really good first night so far. He's made some really good moves.
We've got 2 Bristol Street cars together, and Graham's disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's P12. He's had enough.
They were together, and then Graham just drove the wrong way. I'm not.
I mean, interesting. STY, as I said, first of the soft runners. He's got 2 guys in front of him now, Ishmael and then Pagani. I think Will's made a mistake there. He's dropped a couple of places. Down towards P6 now. I think Which was having a look down the inside. That's last second he just decided.
No, he's kept it in there.
He's getting his elbows out, Witchell. He's up to P6. Tom is back up to P8 now. He's getting back forward as well.
Sean's lasered himself onto the back of Ishmael.
I think it might actually have this possibly towards into turn 2 or turn 3 here. You get just so much extra grip towards the start of the lap. Those slow corners, you'd imagine that would be much quicker on the soft tyres. A bit more bite to them grip. But to be fair, Ishmael's done a good job of keeping hold of that. P2. Pagani's just very nicely, consistently found a 10 for the last 3 laps. Oh, someone's very wide there. Who is that?
Ishmael goes defensive. Sean's having to look the long way round.
I don't think he's getting past there.
It's squeezed wide.
He's not going to have him for this section. You would probably wait until down the hill.
Probably get him on the brakes, maybe.
Proper overtaking spot.
The extra grip.
Round the outside, I think. Have a good chance. tyre advantage. Tyre advantage even. Witchell with Captain
Chubbs and Witchell. Oh, that was close.
Saw that. We both saw that. They got the background there. That looked tasty, didn't it? Witchell's lost out there. It's the first time I think Witchell's actually lost out in a battle.
So this Ishmael and SBY battle is playing perfectly for Pagani, because he's pulled a second on this lap alone with these two fighting.
SBY needs to get past them quickly. Oh, he's having a look down inside. Giving each other room. Fair play, good move. Very respectful from Ishmael.
That's the thing. I think Sean's had to do it somewhere that Ishmael wouldn't be necessarily expecting it, because he's been absolutely perfect covering the places where he knows he's going to get attacked.
Oh, it was a very, very good move, that one. Zombie sounding his appreciation as well there. I think it was a great move. And they were a race winner in GT. Wednesday night.
Yeah, he had a great night in GT3 on Wednesday. Got his first ever podium, and he picked up a win to boot.
Exactly. It's one of those things though. When you've got an extra division, it gives you a bit more confidence as well. But if you're fighting people that are directly around your pace, then it gives you that bit more confidence that when you do finally got the divisions, you feel a bit more confident to fight with the better guys, the faster guys. Because Zombie did pull some good results in GT2 last season, but if he manages to consistently do it in GT3, then he'll have a good chance in GT2. This sort of put stop, you'll make me blush. 2.5 seconds between Pagani and SBY. Oh, SBY! Oh. What was that?
How has he caught that?
That is going on the Instagram and the TikTok. SBY catching that. That's the catch of the night.
Ultimately, it's cost him his position back to Ishmael.
Very impressive though. Captain
It could have been so much worse.
Into P4. He's also in the soft tyres, remember? SBY has to get back past now. Back to square one. Pagani is still favourite for this. He's managed to execute this perfectly on the region tyres. Just get away. Don't worry about what behind.
That's it. Not worried about behind. Just doing whatever. Sticking to a lap. I mean, he's doing a lap. He's sticking to a lap time. Yeah,
it's been 57 flats, isn't it? He was for a long time now. Yeah, he's still doing it. And he's very consistently gets in the groove. SBY now. He's having a look again. Round the outside. Trying to go the long way around. Ishmael defends the inside line. He'll try and cut back.
Witchell looking at Panda. Panda's wide.
Tom's through as well.
Well, we've got the two BWT cars running in tandem now.
Fact is, my girlfriend's having a hard time understanding the Scottish commentary. I mean, I'm not surprised, to be honest. It's hard for some people to understand Scottish accent in the UK, let alone people.
Oh, Witchell's made a mistake.
Oh, so he has. Around the outside, and he's. That's put him down to P9. That's.
Yeah, what we'll do, Fat Dane, is we'll have a word with the powers that be and see if we can get some half-decent subtitles put on.
We'll not get Tom to do the subtitles, though. He'll just spell it all wrong. Can't get Tom to do it.
Ishmael's found himself in 4th place now. Make that 5th as Pine goes round the outside of him at the hairpin. Chubb's up to 3rd. Been a good drive from Chubbs. That's gone sort of unnoticed.
Right then, Pagani still in P1. calmed down a little bit now, though, hasn't it?
Well, you say that. Have you seen 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th?
Well, yeah, other than that, but out front it's calmed down, and there's not much happening out front, but Tom, this battle I think is going to keep going for a long time, to be honest, I think. I think this is going to be going on to the end. They're all very similar pace here because of the difference in tyres. Tom's doing a good job at keeping well behind. I think Tom would be very happy with P6 in the mediums. One of those things, you're not going to win every race with the layout of the season.
You just got to pick up what points you can.
Yeah.
You know, without trying to be all Michael Owen about it. But you've got to take the points where you can get them.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the big things last night as well was a lot of people that were right at the front in race 1 and finished mid-grid, but I think mid-grid's a good result in race 2 if you're finishing high up in race 1. Witchell and Aaron look very, very close here.
Yeah, mid-grid finish and being back on equal tyres.
They're all behaving very nicely though at the moment. Ross in P11. I don't think he's enjoyed the medium tyres, if I'm honest. That's the difference.
With a 2-second gap, do we think Pagani's got Sean covered here? I think he has, just about.
I mean, he's now done a 56.5. He's getting a move on. SPY is only 3 times quicker, so unless Pagani makes a mistake, you would assume you would be correct in saying Pagani's got him covered. But anything can happen. The gap between SPY and Chubb, someone's asking. SPY and
9
Chubb's,
tenths.
Yeah, it's a second away. Chubb seems to be the quickest at the moment.
Yeah, that last lap he was almost 7 tenths quicker than SPY.
So that could be a fight for
this could be a last lap thing between SPY and Chubbs.
T Smith has got away from that battle.
Yeah, he's left Will to fend off Witchell here.
I do think that this the dynamic of the medium tyres has added an awful lot to the sprint week.
Yeah, well, Biggles has got himself ahead of Aaron.
Yeah, I noticed that. Which we'll still having a little look at well.
Will's done well to fend him off there.
Yeah, very much so. Fastest lap of this race is Lee, 55.5. He's got some clean air though.
Clean air, fresher tyres.
Definitely, yeah. His gamble for the rain that doesn't exist didn't pay off. Maybe he was just hoping from the sweat from Witchell and T Swift just to really soak the track. Maybe that's his plan was. Or he was doing a George Russell and saw rain in his visor. It was sweat.
On to the final lap then. And that gap has come down between Pagani and SPY quite considerably.
So a dodgy lap from Pagani and a very fast lap from SPY. Pagani was a couple of times slower on the last lap, so it's going to be, it looks like it possibly, he's got one chance maybe you would say.
I think Pagani's going to find himself vulnerable here at the end of this lap.
But it could be from both of them. If Captain Chubbs gets a move on as well. In fact, he made a tiny error and started on the intermediates.
He made an optimistic strategy call.
Bear in mind, the rain doesn't exist around here. Make of that well. Pagani is going to have a lot of defending to do here, down towards the right-hander. He's going very defensive.
Right up to the grass. You are going the long way round, sunshine.
Side by side. Last lap of the race. Pagani defends the inside line. SPY is going to have to do the cutback. He's now round the outside. Pagani still has him covered at the moment.
Yep, Sean just had to get feather the throttle there, just so he didn't run into the back of him.
Pagani's got him covered for the time being. Captain Chubb's just hovering in the background as well now. Pagani, couple of corners to go. A tenth and a half between them. Pagani's got him covered for the time being. SBY got a good exit there though. It's nearly a 10 between them. SBY's banking down the inside. Last corner. Pagani's got a bit wide. SBY is going. Oh, no. SBY's going to take it. Pagani's off. SBY takes race 2. Captain Jobs P2. Pine P3. Pagani's going to hold on for P4. Ishmael P5. Tom P6. Witchell P7. Well P8. Aaron P9. Ross P10. Graham is going to take P11. It's going to be Biggles and Lee with his audacious strategy. Oh, it's grass cut him now as well. Well, that got interesting towards the end.
Well, we said we were going to have an interesting finish to this one, and it didn't disappoint. I wasn't expecting it to be quite like that.
No, there was that. Unsafe, but rare mistake by Puaguane. Spelled Pagani, P-W-U-A-G-U-A-N-Y. Pugane. Sounds like an African's way of saying Pagani. Puagani. More than English. Anyway. Maybe that's how they spell in Germany. They do spell quite strange, don't they, in Germany? That's fair.
Yeah, almost like it's a foreign language, Zach.
Zombies asked me to say it again. I'm not saying it again. But I think it was quite a good impression from a Scottish person of saying the unsafe put in the chat. Shall I get you the results up, Mikey? I'm assuming Mikey's doing the standings. That's first part, and then the second part for you, Mikey. So SBI takes race 2. 56 flat was his best lap. Captain Chubbs takes P2. Pine P3. Pagani P4. Ishmael P5. Tom's in P6. Witchell's in P7. Pagani Panda P8. And then we've got Aaron P9, Ross, Graham, Biggles, and Lee with his excellent strategy choice.
Yep, so of course with what you saw on the screen there, that would be reversed for your grid for race 3. So Lee will be on pole and Sean will be right at the back.
Yes, exactly. Exactamundo.
But
so
everyone will be back on the soft tyre.
You would bet probably Witchell or T Smith for this race. Bearing in mind they're going to be starting mid-grid.
Well, yeah, and I said I expected them to migrate to the front of the medium pack in that race, and it just didn't happen. I think with the soft guys coming through, it just put them on the back foot a bit. So, on the same tyres, who knows?
Well, who's your bet for race 3? Once again, I have no idea. I would say I'm going to go for Tom. But anyone could win it when it's reverse grid. Chaos, you never know.
Yeah, from a personal and team's perspective, I'd love to see Graham or Aaron do something from their grid positions here. See if we can get a Bristol Street Motors podium in this.
Mikey has just stated that there has actually been 8 different winners now in 8 races.
Going for the set.
Well, you can't say that each division is, you know, there's a standout.
No, I think that the admins have actually got the
rules,
sort of the rules, the the drivers in each division absolutely bang on, because as you say, there's no standout. Everyone just seems so sort of evenly paced.
Yeah, I mean it's quite incredible how no kind of, although I mean you say T Smith and Witchell, but that's because they're still in the right position. But every division has had a group of people at the front. It's not been one person at the front. It's not been one person half a second in front of everyone else. It's been very, very close. Right, here we go. Lee starting on P1, and good news.
Is he on the right tyres?
Right, okay. Final race of this evening. Final race at Maggiore. Lee starting for P1. Biggles alongside him. Graham P3. Ross in P4. Aaron and Panda P5 and P6. There we go. Lee starting off on pole towards turn 1. He goes. Biggles going to try round the outside. Lee looks like he's got him covered though. Oh, he's had a slide though, but he's caught it. He's managed to keep P1 for the time being. Ross is in P3. Just trying to have a look at Graham there. Oh, he's still on P3 now. He's round the outside. Good battle there. Ross down the inside now. You think he'd get that move done? He has indeed. Graham's dropped down to P4. Witchell's in P5. We've got Aaron in P6. Ishmael P7. Pines in P8. Tom's in P9. Then you've got Well, SBY, Pagani, Captain Chubbs down the back. Lee's got a decent gap already here. Nearly a second. It's Ross in P2. Graham in P3. Witchell's just behind though. Having a little look. Getting past Graham for this fast section of corners. This could get tasty here. P3, P4 and P5.
Could get tasty at the back as well.
Witchell down the inside of Graham. Aaron's there as well. Witchell having a look. He's got him. Aaron's having a look at Graham. Gets past his teammate. Ishmael's in P6. Then it's Pine. Very, very close. This lot. Tom having a look in the background in P8. P7 now. Who's that in the background? Pine's made a mistake there. I think he went a bit wide. Tom round outside of Ishmael. Why is the camera not panning? There we go. Tom out of P6. Pine's getting back up past Ishmael into P7s. And Tom's just in front. P6. Go with Graham and Aaron P5 and P4. Witchell having a look at Ross now down the inside. And it was turn 1. Witchell up into P2. Witchell is so fast round here. He's getting past the grid so effortlessly as well. It's not to P2 already. He started P6 or P7 or something. Something like that. Ross will be happy in P3. So Lee is going to have his eyes full of that pink BWT car. Racing Point and then Alpine use that livery in F1. There's a couple of other motorsport teams, I believe, that have used that BWT livery though.
Yeah, I know it's on a Porsche World Challenge car.
Yeah, which might be the first double winner.
F1 support races. Yeah, he's looking good for it at the moment, isn't he?
And the Rebellion guys P12 and P9 for you. There we go. Ishmael down there instead of Pine up into P7. It's a very common place to overtake that. Down in the right hand, down the bottom of the hill. Well, he's done a good job though here. Keeping Witchell behind. Witchell is incredibly fast, Yoka, you are correct. He's a lightning. Got Tom in P5 now, he's on the march as well.
Yep,
P6 for Graham.
Ross has got his mirrors full of Aaron, which was having a look around the outside of Lee, but Lee fends that one off. Pagani is currently P10 for Joker.
Lee's done an excellent job so far though, keeping him behind. Look how quick he is. Down the back then we got, towards the end of the top 10, you got Pagani, well, Biggles in P11, SBY and Captain Chubbs. They're struggling to get back through the pack here at the moment. Lee's doing excellently here. He's making it difficult for Witchell.
Yeah, he's trying to break the toe down the straight there.
Ross is doing well as well in P3. Yeah, if Lee wins, it's 9 from 9.
Pine having a look at Graham into the hairpin.
James held it though, hasn't he? Good defensive driving.
Pine just about left Graham enough room on the outside there. He kicked up a bit of gravel dust.
Oh, Ishmael, good defensive there from Will in the background. Will trying to hold it around the outside. Oh, got the curb there on the outside. Well, he's just about held that. He's still trying to get back past him though.
Yeah, he's got
Pagani in the back as well.
I was going to say, he's got to be mindful of Pagani behind him.
He may get a chance down the straight here. At Slipstream. Getting the toe.
Up ahead. Who's that? Graham and Pine still doing battle. And,
Graham's off.
Yep. Pine was up the inside and he just ran Graham off there, and I think he's given that place back.
Fair play. That's what we like to see. Well, and Ishmael still trying to go. What a battle! 10 out of 10 for respectful driving there. The room that they both gave each other. Beautiful. Well, yeah, P8. Ishmael still trying to hold it.
The gaggle that battle's created behind it.
Yeah. It's bit of a car park. SBY as well, right behind it as well. Ishmael's held off Pagani. I've been super impressed with Ishmael tonight. His racecraft seems very, very good.
Yep, he's under siege at the moment.
Very much so though. He's got a Pagani, an SBY, a Biggles and a Chubbs. Yeah, Witchell is in the lead. Oh, what has happened? Lee has had a mistake, that's why Lee's in P4 by the look of it. I don't know what has happened with Lee, but he is in P4 now. While we're watching that battle, Ross is in P2 at the moment, but Aaron is right there, side by side, coming towards this next right-hander, and it looks like Aaron has got the job done. It looks like he's had a mistake. Lee is back past Ross now though, and we've got Tom in the background, so the Braun boys in P4 and P5. Pines in P6, then it's Graham behind, then Will, we've got Ishmael. Ishmael's a bit of a bottleneck for Pagani and SBY at the moment. Pagani once again trying to get back past. Pagani doing a bit of a switch back there. Back in the slipstream. Ishmael going very defensive. Pagani having a look. You might have to go the long way round here. Ishmael defends again. Pagani does the cutback again. Goes the long way round. Then tries to cut back again. He's still not getting that traction just enough to get past him though. He's trying everything. At the moment. He's trying to go deep into the corner to just try and cut back. Oh, there's somebody
Lee's round. Lee's round.
Oh, Lee. I saw the yellow flag there. Oh dear. Been a night to forget for Lee. Forget about it. Move on to the next one. Witchell from Aaron. Tom and Ross is your top four. Back to the Ishmael, Pagani and Sean battle, SBY. And this looks very, very tight between this group of 5 or 6 cars. I'm surprised Pagani's not managed to get through yet. Ishmael's did an incredible job of keeping them behind. Pagani may have a shot here though around the outside, you would think. Might cut back, let Ishmael go deep. Doesn't really get a chance to though actually there. Zombie said that Lee's not having the best of time in the car at the moment, which might play a part then. The Rebellion guys are stuck in 11th and 12th at the moment. They're going to want to try and move forward a bit. Chubb's down there inside SBY. That could be a good starting point. Side by side, Chubbs and SBY. A bit of banging to banging. Car to car, but Chubbs is the winner of that duel. Biggles as well gets through. Oh, Biggles. That was brave. How about that? SBY drops down to P12. Graham still in P6, Pines P5, and in the top 4 is As You Were. Tom, Isle, Rosto are getting very close to the back of Aaron. I think the fact you're seeing so many... Oh, Captain Chubbs is very, very wide there. I was about to say something then, Captain Chubbs very nearly took a exit left there. But yeah, because of how fast this division is, you are seeing drivers maybe down the back edge, like a bit like Chubbs, SBY and Pagani, that you're not used to seeing because of how competitive this grid is.
Yeah, but Pagani, Chubb, Sean, we know from previous seasons they're not slow.
No, nowhere near it.
That's just the strength of grid.
Yeah, I mean,
as we said, it's ridiculously stacked.
There's no what you would consider slow drivers in here at all. They're all so quick. By far the quickest grid we've ever had. And I think the quicker the grid gets, the quicker it gets everyone else. So everyone else pushes to get a bit quicker. Keep up. That makes sense. Oh, in the battle there's still that rebellion with SBY in P11 now. You're back past Captain Chubbs. SBY's in a rebellion sandwich.
Pagani looking for a way past Ishmael once more.
I can't believe he's actually managed to keep him behind that long. He's managed to catch back up actually to who has caught up to Graham as himself.
Yep.
Zombie also saying equal cars plays a part as well. Oh, Graham! He got on the curb.
Up the front, Aaron's got a half-second penalty and he's got a mirror full of Tom Smith.
Yeah, well, Graham has dropped a few places. He got on the curb on the outside of the look of it and it dragged him wide and he just couldn't get the turn then. And he's lost, unfortunately, three or four places there. As you say though, it looks like Tom is going to get past Aaron now. Maybe even Ross, possibly.
Depends what sort of run Aaron has through the next couple of corners compared to the guys behind him.
You don't know exactly how much you lose. As much as half a second, it's a bit more.
I'd say we saw earlier with Sean, he didn't actually lose that much.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be more, I think, didn't we? Actually, it's mad. It's very, very close to P6 downwards, isn't it? Those three are... It must have been, I mean, nearly a race-long battle. Panda get away a wee bit for a while, and now they're back together again.
Aaron's coming up to the penalty line, so here he goes. Penalty served.
Tom's getting past, but he's going to stay ahead of Ross. You don't actually lose too much there. It's about right.
There are much worse penalties
night
at different tracks.
But last night was pretty awful when you got one. You easily lost more than a second, I'd say.
But yeah, I think Aaron's going to have more work to do looking back than going forward.
Good race for my team at the moment, the Brawn Boys. P2 and P4. We'll take that. Which looks in a different league at the moment.
Something's happened to Graham. He's dropped out of P6 all the way back down to P12.
He was. I think that was the mistake he made though on the right hand side. He dropped down to P9, P10, but I don't know if he's made another mistake. Yeah, Pagani's finally got past Ishmael. He's took him all out.
Chubbs and SBY still trading paint. And that Rebellion's got enough paint colours on it as it is.
So that's just a good point you make there. It's not short of colours, is it? Oh, SBY, that's a bit slidey. Got a bit of a squirm on there. Witchell's pace is ridiculous out front, absolutely ridiculous. Looks like T Smith's got P2 covered. It's whether Ross can get on the podium. Has Aaron got enough in the Bristol Street Motors car? It's a lovely livery, that, isn't it? Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Provided by Lord Somewhere.
Repping the new partnership. Bristol Street Motors. Let's accelerate.
Chubbs has got himself in front of Sean. He's now looking to chase down his teammate once more.
Tom has had an absolutely exceptional lap here. He's closed Witchell by 6-7 tenths and got Ross is in P3, by the way. Don't know what's happened to Aaron. Oh, I was too busy looking at something else. Joker said Aaron's went wide at the hairpin and Ross is through. What lap is this going to be from Tom? This looks like a very quick lap. 55 to his best. Very quick. 4 times quicker than Witchell on that last lap. Unfortunately, there's not a chance unless Witchell makes a mistake of him taking the race win. Which means it's Tom. Did Tom win race? Tom win a race actually?
Not tonight.
No, it's not actually. I was just thinking. When was the last time Tom did not win a race on an evening? Back in 2012?
Think back some way, yeah. Not quite. I wouldn't go that far. Given we only started in, what was it, 2018?
Well, yeah, I heard about that, yeah. I joined in 2019. So. 4 years ago. Oh my.
Do you feel old yet?
Yeah, I do. So when you seen the 14 and 15-year-olds racing, that's what makes me feel old. I'm like, I was that age a while ago. Does make you feel old, definitely. Aaron in the back of Ross again. No, can Aaron get back past Ross, do you think? Or do you think that's it?
I think, unless Ross makes a mistake, I mean, they're so evenly paced, these two. You know, they always seem to find themselves together on track at some point. But it's like we said, you go slightly offline in one corner and it can heavily sacrifice the next, as Ross has just shown there. He was slightly off and found himself all over the sausage curb on the inside of the penultimate corner, and he's wide out of the final corner.
Ross, calm down.
This is what Aaron will want to see.
But I haven't checked my Nostradamus, but isn't Tom not winning a sign of the apocalypse is near? Possibly.
So, final lap. Witchell looks like he's got this one covered.
I agree. Ross very wide. Yeah, but everyone's going very wide at that right hander.
I'm not trying to commentators curse him so that we get the 9th different winner this week. I know, this is... Witchell, you've ruined it! No, he has been incredibly quick tonight, though, Witchell, hasn't he? Yes, to be fair, it's been very well deserved. Half a lap for week 1 of GT. So starting to calm down now, everyone's kind of found their gap, their space. Five seconds out front still. Ross looks like he's got Aaron covered at the moment. Oh, Pine's a wee bit. Oh dear. He's had a good night as well, Pine. Very consistent. That team, BWT teams, had a very, very good race as well. Very good night They've had a strong night, yeah.
Very, very strong. They're definitely going to be leading the... I can't remember what they did last night, but they're definitely, in terms of the GT1, they were the team with the most points, I'd imagine, by quite a bit.
Well, Mitchell's round in the final corner, and he will take the double.
Excellent job, well deserved. Tom with another podium, and then Ross with an excellent podium as well. Great last race for the Brown guys. Aaron P4, Pines P5, then it's Will Pagani, Ishmael P8, Biggles, Captain Chubbs, SBY, and then we've got Graham and Lee. Like to forget for Lee. And that will be the last person across the line then. So 2 wins for Witchell, and who was the other winner? Pagani, wasn't it?
No, it was Sean.
Oh, Sean. I'm forgetting about the last lap. Yeah, so there we are, and it's Sean taking 1 race, 2nd race, and then you've got Witchell taking race 1 and race 3. So Witchell definitely going to be leading the championship. BWT is going to be leading the championship as well, as they had a really good night as well, apparently last night. I couldn't actually remember. But they did well as well. And just double checking where we are next week. It's Deep Forest we are next week, which is the endurance week, remember, for GT1 and GT2. So Dragon Trail Seaside on the Thursday night for the endurance week. The Death Chicane, oh god.
Oh god, yep.
And then Deep Forest on the Friday night. Once again, though, thank you very much for joining us for GT first week back. And we'll be back same time next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 8:30. Have a lovely evening.